Hi guys, it's Kerry from Tomatoes and Tulips, and today I just thought I would share with you some budget gardening ideas. So what I mean by budget gardening is ideas for you to help save money in your gardening, especially if you're new to gardening and you don't want to have to invest in expensive things like these trays and pots and all of the bits and pieces you see behind me. So one of the things I want to do this year and in future years is try and reduce my gardening costs as much as possible. With the way the world is going at the moment and rising costs in every area of our lives, especially here in the UK. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in the UK at the moment, costs just constantly are rising, and it's becoming more and more difficult for families to be able to feed themselves, and then that thought that they want to then be able to, rather than go out and buy their food, grow their food, then they start costing things up, buying the compost, the pots and everything else. It starts to become a thing where you think, well, actually, am I going to be saving money by growing my own food? So that's why I thought I would give you some tips on where you can start to save a bit of money. You don't have to invest in the expensive pots that you see behind in the trays. There are other things you can do. So I thought I would just share with you just a few ideas of what you could be saving. And if you start saving them before you even start gardening, or if you start saving them right now, if you're even considering gardening in the future, or if you're already gardening and you want to then start saving money, then start saving these items now. So this is just a few items that I have in the past few days. I've got a lot more of these saved, and I will talk to you a bit more about where you could store them. If you're limited to space, storage of these items can be a bit of a problem. You can start thinking, well, actually, it's just going to get in the way. But I'll talk to you about some clever storage ideas in another video. So one of the top ones is yogurt pots. So if you and your family enjoy yogurts, then if you've got the sturdy ones, look how sturdy these are actually so similar to plant pots, then I would definitely recommend saving these. They're a great side for starting seeds in, but also for sort of early seedlings as well. All you need to do is take a pin and pop some holes in the bottom just to make sure, or if you've got a drill bit's fine, just 2 or 3 in the bottom there, and it's not too difficult to do, just so that you've got drainage. So yogurt pots are fantastic, definitely be saving those. Now if you use these sorts of trays, or if you get these in your food when you're buying your food items, so things like mushrooms, this one here was mushrooms, you also get it for strawberries, blueberries, grapes, sometimes you'll get them in, lots of different fresh produce, you will get trays like this. Now there's 2 different types. I've only got this one here at the moment. You'll get some where there'll be holes already at the bottom. Now those ones are great because they are got their drainage holes in, you can fill them with soil, pop your seeds in, and they're ready to go. But these ones that don't have holes in yet actually work similarly to the trays you see behind me. So what I can do is I can use this as my actual carry tray, and the tray with the water in the bottom, this with the holes in, and then in it goes like this, and I can line them all up. And then I've got what I've got behind me, but essentially for free, because I was going to buy the food anyway. I was going to buy the food items anyway. So yeah, this essentially becomes then saving me, you know, these trays I think probably work out at about £2 a tray, £2.50 maybe now. But if I use these, then I can do that for free. So if you look after them as well, give them a wash each time you finish using, and store them out of direct sunlight, they can last for years. So that's probably my top tip for seeds, and then obviously your collection trays. Another one which I think is quite common now and everybody does it is tubes. So this is a kitchen roll tube. So this I can either cut in half and then I can have it the same size as if it was toilet roll tubes, or just save your toilet roll tubes as well. What I tend to do is make slits in the bottom, fold the bottom in, that then holds the soil in place, the compost in place for me to then sow the seeds in the top, and this can be directly put then straight into the ground or into your plant pots. You don't actually need to like peel it off or anything like that. It will decompose whilst in the soil, and obviously it's a simple and quick and easy way to do things, but it's also saving you buying on the pots. So you can direct sow your seeds into these when they're filled with compost, or you could use it to put seedlings in, though I think it's probably a bit more fiddly than it's worth. So I would say this is a seed sowing tool, budget friendly, because we're all going to be using kitchen roll and toilet roll. So save these ones. Must store these obviously in a dry place, because if they're anywhere damp they're just going to rot through and they're not going to last for a long time. And these obviously are going to be disposable one-use items. They're not going to last continuously, so once you've used them, you've used them. There, so that's another one. And then some slightly different and more unusual things. I look at everything now as, could it be used in gardening? So this actually came from some sort of electronic item I think I bought. I really can't remember what it was. Something for the kitchen, I expect. And if you look, the size of it is actually perfect for filling with soil. There's no holes in it at the moment. Filling with soil. I could pop a couple of holes in the bottom, but I think because the water is just going to because it's like a cardboard consistency, it's just going to come through. I don't need to worry too much about drainage holes, but if I'm doing anything where it does like to be in drained soil, then I probably would do that. But yeah, these ones are going to be a nice seed sowing container, and again I can pop that straight out into the allotment or into a pot. I don't need to do anything fancy with it. It is a cardboard, although it's stronger than toilet roll tubes, it is cardboard, so it's a one-use one. But again, if you're getting electronic items and it comes with this cardboard, and it is recyclable cardboard, always check that, then save them and use them as your seed starters. So those are just a few of the ideas. Again, it's the plastic pots, the toilet roll tubes, and cardboard inserts from any of your electronic items or any other products that you purchase that might come in them. And then boxes. These boxes are just great for just storing things in, carrying things around, and that sort of thing. So I don't really chuck away anything like that anymore. But as I say, I'll talk to you about where you could be storing your items and just places you may not have thought of putting them, that will be out of sight, but that won't be in the way or anything like that. But then you can keep saving and saving all of these items to help you with your budget gardening. Now, of course, I have, and I'm very lucky to have, all of these trays and pots and things like that. And I'm not going to just throw them away suddenly because I'm thinking budget gardening. That would be ridiculous. I will continue to use these over and over, constantly washing them, putting them away, storing them out of direct sunlight until they are broken. And when they're broken, obviously I'll have to recycle them or dispose of them, whatever it is that the material requires me to do. But I will keep using them until I cannot use them anymore. And that's really the whole point of what I'm trying to achieve, is this idea that I don't have to go out and buy more. So also I try and sell some seedlings, and I'm going to be selling them in these sorts of pots because it will save me so much money. So any excess seeds that I grow, and seedlings and plants, if they're small ones, then I think it's quite fair for me to be putting them on the sort of a bit like an honesty stand that I have at the front and here. I sell things very, very cheaply. I'm not doing it as like a garden centre or anything like that. It's literally just sort of 50p for a tomato plant if I've sown too many myself and they've actually germinated well, or £1 for an artichoke plant, things like that, where I've been experimenting sowing seeds, sow too many, and then I try to sell those excess ones. And I do swaps as well. So I think this is going to be a real money saver for me, so I don't have to keep buying pots to be able to do that. I can just use yogurt pots and any other plastic containers. So I hope you found this useful and it's given you some budget gardening ideas. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do click the subscribe button if you want to stay tuned with me and my journey as an urban homesteader dreaming of being a smallholder and a homesteader in a rural location one day. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.